Hey folks, I'm Pete and this is Pete's Eats Cooking Videos. Today we're going to make souvlaki and homemade tzatziki. This is a fabulous meal. I got this recipe from a lovely Greek lady years ago, and we make it all the time and we love it. And you know what? I'm going to show you how to do this step by step, and it's going to be a snack for you to make a delicious meal for your family. So let's begin. So first I'm going to show you how to make the tzatziki, and this is what you're going to need. You're going to need, the main ingredients are yogurt, which I buy the Astro Balkan yogurt. You want a plain yogurt, not vanilla, plain. And you're going to need some cucumbers, English cucumbers, and we're going to shred those up using a shredder. Into that we're going to add some olive oil, pepper, a little bit of vinegar, a little bit of salt. I use this Herb mixture. It's a lovely organic mixture you should try. You can just use plain salt if you want. And garlic. A note on the garlic, please buy quality garlic. Canadian, American, Spanish, and even Mexican is fine. It really makes a difference. You're also going to need 2 strainers and some cheesecloth. So let's begin. So there are 2 main parts to making the tzatziki. They both involve straining. We're going to put the yogurt into a strainer and let water come out of it. And we'll do the same with the pulp of the cucumber. You could use a cheesecloth if you want, but I find that this strainer works really well. And I'm going to use this Balkan yogurt. I'm going to tilt it into the strainer now, and hopefully this works out okay. Sometimes it comes out pretty easy. There we go. So that's come out. And I'll just take out any extra from the container, not to waste anything. And there we go. So I'm going to leave that and let that just render off its water and over about an hour, I guess. Okay. So I have a peeled English cucumber here, and I'm going to grate it on this really fine grating of the box here. And this takes a little bit of time, but not too much. You see I've done quite a bit already. And so I'm going to finish this up, and I'll meet you on the other side of this cucumber. So you can notice that the cucumber comes out both the front and the back. So you have to be careful. Do it over a nice big bowl. Okay, the cucumber's done. I'm just going to make sure and get all of this pulp off the grater. You can do 1 cucumber, you can do 1.5, you can do 2. Just depends on how much you want that taste, of course. But 1 to about 1 can is good. There's the stuff from the inside, and away we go. So now I'm going to transfer it into the cheesecloth, making sure to get all of it. And if I can gently actually bring that up, and I can take out as much juice as I want. You want to take out most of the water, but you don't have to get it all out. And save some of that cucumber juice. You may want to add it later if you find that the tzatziki is too thick. That's probably a good amount right there. So this one's been draining for quite a while. I had it made ahead. And you can see there's a lot of water that's come out of this yogurt. So I'm just going to dump this water out. I'll be back in a sec. And now let's put that yogurt, nice and thick, into there. There's the cucumber pulp. Now for the other spices. So let's put the garlic in. You do want tzatziki to have quite a bit of garlic, so I'm going to put 2 to 4 cloves of garlic in here. So there's 1. So now I've added 2 full cloves and a half of garlic into the tzatziki mixture, and now I have to add some olive oil. So I'm going to do about, I don't know, 2 to 3 tablespoons of olive oil. Again, this is all to your taste. I'm going to add a touch of vinegar, probably about a teaspoon of just plain white vinegar. Maybe that's a little bit more. So it does call for lots of pepper. So take as much pepper as you can bear, and salt. And I'm going to just use regular salt here. So you see how thick that yogurt is. It's just going to be amazing. And then once you get this mixed up, taste it and see what you think it needs. Does it need more vinegar? Does it need more olive oil? Does it need more cucumber? You can always just grate up another cucumber or half, and that is absolutely fabulous. You could eat that just like that on a piece of naan bread, and you'd be good to go. So I've chopped the chicken up into cubes. I've done the same with the pork. And now I want to put the Greek style spices in. So I think the first thing I'll do is put the lemons. This is probably about 8 or 9 chicken breasts. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to add about 1.5 lemons to this. I have this lemon squeezer, which is really handy. I also like to add the actual lemon rind in, get a little bit more of that lemon flavor in there because it's going to sit in there for a while. And now pepper. Now the main thing here is don't be shy, but you want lots of pepper. It's quite a bit right there. That's probably about 1.5 tablespoons. And you want lots of oregano. You know, this is a really, really spiced up meal, so you have to have lots of spices. Now the salt or the herbamare, probably about a teaspoon. And now the garlic. And you want lots of garlic, so these are 1, 5. You want to make sure you get all that garlic essence. See how much oil there is in this garlic. It's not a cheap garlic, it's a nice expensive garlic. I'm going to add a little bit of white wine to that, and also some olive oil. So let's add about 1/4 cup of olive oil. And we'll stir that up and see how it looks. If you need a little bit more liquid, you can always just add some more white wine, or you can add a little bit of water if you want. And I think that's good to go. If I cover that now and put it in the fridge, you want to leave it for 2 to 4 hours. Even better if you could leave it overnight. And that is going to be absolutely delicious. I'm going to go ahead and do the pork, but if I was doing a lesser amount, I would marinate the pork right in with the chicken. There's no problem doing that at all. And then when I pick it out and skewer it, I would skewer it separately on skewers. You can tell by the color of the meat. So these have been marinating now for about 4 to 6 hours, and I'm going to skewer them. First I'll do the chicken. Now the thing about skewering, I have these metal skewers. If you're using the wooden ones, you want to soak them in water for a bit. It helps them to stay intact on the barbecue a bit longer. And the thing is, you don't want to crowd these on the skewers too much because you want them to be easy to cook all the way through. Don't forget, you can also do vegetables this way. So you can Greek style your vegetables and do veggie skewers. I'm going to change up and we'll try some pork. Here's the pork now. So I'll do some pork. You can see the pork is a little darker color. If you like bigger chunks of meat, you can cut it larger. If you like them smaller, you can cut it smaller. That's the beauty of doing it yourself. I'll skewer up the rest of these and then we'll throw them on the barbecue. There they are, barbecued and ready to eat. 2 pork souvlakis, 2 chicken souvlakis, and a really, really lovely tzatziki. You're gonna love it. So here's the souvlaki and the tzatziki, packed with flavor, absolutely delicious. It's healthy, it's tasty, and it's wonderful. And if you want, you can do it just with veggies, zucchini, tomatoes, onions, whatever you want. It's going to be delicious and you're going to love it. Enjoy!